Good evening, everyone. A little bit of technical difficulties that we had getting things started here. Last week, a stream got left on and we had to reboot the whole system. Zach had to beeline it down there to get that to happen, but we worked it out. A little bit of a headache. It's Monday, right? All right. Zach is currently traveling back from Phil's to his place. I'll wait to do a little bit of player introductions as far as the questionnaire once they're racking between these two racks. I know that David is a fairly new player to competitive pool, but he's been taking it pretty serious. Matching up here tonight, went out to Lincoln City, did pretty well this last spring. Love seeing passion for the game, and it also teaches us so much about how intricate this game is. Just little things can become such big changes in play. And if you're not familiar with the two players playing, this is Michael Murphy at the table here. Went for the bank there. The 10 just barely got in the way. It still almost went. Didn't really leave anything too terribly easy. Sizing up the thin cut. Looks like he pointed at the cross corner bank. Something along this line. Oh, no, he was cutting it. I thought he gestured up more upwards. That was a very tough shot. Early round jitters, too. Zach's sharing it up to all the things as he's driving back. He's letting me know. So he's about 15 minutes away from Phil's. What a nice cut there by Michael. Gets perfect position on the 8. Trickles right back over. As they say, the hardest 2 games to win in pool are the first one and the last one. So dealing with those early round nerves and getting comfortable in the match itself. All right. With that, Michael gets a first game. We are doing a race to 9 and 10 ball. I believe it's pretty standard BCA rules. Pulling those up. Yep, call pocket, race to 9 games. No 10 on the break, but early 10s is okay if called. Pushed out after break is okay, and 3 foul is in effect. Alternate break, rack your own. So, assuming David is breaking now, that means that Michael won the lag or flip.
Hey, Trevor, can you hear me okay?
I can. Hey, Patrick.
I figured I'd jump in while Zach is heading back to his house to jump in.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, technical difficulties today, but we got it resolved and it's up and running again.
That's the one good thing about having a great tech team. It was all hands on deck of like, what's going on here? What do we got to do to fix it? And you guys jumped on it. And I think one of the guys was even driving and pulled over to make things happen. You guys are great technical support. Nothing ever works perfect all the time. So having a good crew to work out the kinks when they arise.
Yeah, sometimes just a quick little power cycle, unplug it and plug it back in. And it's like 99% of all tech resolutions, right?
Yeah. It's just if you're luckily we had Zach there close by to be able to go and do that cycle.
So who do we have here? Michael Murphy and David Brewer. I think that was David that was just shooting.
Yep. David was just shooting. This is Michael coming to the table here. Michael got the first game, made a really nice cut on the 6. Got him perfect shape on the 8 for the last 2 balls. This is kind of a tricky rack here with that 5 ball kind of blocking your automatic path to something. See what he kind of comes up.
Yeah, that 5 was, he hit it full in the face there. Are they playing early 10s? If so, maybe he's going to take a
Yeah, they are
potential.
playing the early 10s if called. So, I mean, from here, it looks like you might be able to just shoot straight into it and kind of keep the cue ball near the 8 and let the 2 ball go around.
Yeah, it also works as a safety here.
Yeah.
A nice safety. Getting that cue ball all the way down on the side, on the bottom rail.
Yeah, that's a tough one to get at because, I mean, even if you're coming at it from this side angle in here, that 3 ball makes it a very tight.
I think he wants to go the other way around the 9 and try to kick the 2 through that pile to the other side of it, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No, it's not. I feel like the side pocket's right in his way where he needs to be. Yeah,
He was going 2 rails. Okay. So Michael now with ball in hand. So what do we know about these players? Are they both from the Salem area?
no, I know that. Pull up. I have the questionnaire here, and their home rooms are Zellers for Michael.
Oh, that's in Oregon City. That's in Lincoln City. That's
Oh, that's right,
that's
Lincoln City.
like where you want to go play. If there's no open tables at Lincoln City in the casino, you go to Zeller's, because they've
Yeah.
got a couple of diamonds there.
So we got Michael traveling from quite some distance to come match up here, which is awesome to see. I mean, get on the show, get some stream, and then I believe that David has listed here as at the shop. And the only shop that I know of is in Eugene.
Did he call that 10?
I was looking at the player questionnaire.
No, he didn't. He's spotting it.
Yeah, the player questionnaire pulled up.
So now Michael has the option here to give this back, but he's not electing to take the option because a ball was pocketed that wasn't called. And he elected to take on the shot, even though he could have given that one back.
Yeah, that's worked out where it's not leaving anything too easy. Looks like he's sizing it up like you can see the pocketing angle on the ball. But
So Michael from Lincoln City, Oregon, I assume then, if
yeah,
Zeller's is his bar.
yeah, I do remember that was his homeroom, and I just added David on Facebook. Let me see if I can pull him up and get him figured out.
Sorry, Trevor, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I didn't know. I know sometimes you send out those player information forms that they fill out. I didn't know if you'd done that.
I did, and he just has listed as the shop, which
Oh, I know that. The
yeah,
shop.
yeah, I think that's Eugene is the only shop that I know of.
Yeah, it's also known as the Table Stable on Facebook. It's the private club in Eugene that's run by Joel and Sheldon and a couple
So,
others.
yeah, I spent a fair amount of time in that area during COVID because everything else was shut down. So
All right, so we can assume that that David is somewhere from the Eugene, Springfield area.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
that's
David
where
is from Vancouver. Zach says he's in the chat. Check
yeah,
the chat. Zach says, I just did. Yep, Murph is from Lincoln City. Does he go by Murph MC?
Murph is what he has listed for a nickname, and David says in APA they refer to him as Young Guns, and he also has listed that he's only been playing pool for about a year. Do you remember when you'd only been playing pool for a year?
Um, no, it was too long ago. I'm being honest.
Yeah,
I mean, it depends. I have like 3 different pool lives, right? I have my pool life from when I was a kid and, just taking a break from the arcade games and going to the back where the pool tables are and hitting balls around. And then I have my, early 20s, bar days of, getting into playing pool. And then I have my, later in life getting into it more seriously days.
right.
So I feel like I have 3 different phases of pool. So I don't know which one I would say, but yeah, I can kind of, I know the first time that I kind of, fell in love with the game, we'll say.
Yeah, I remember. I have 2 pool lives myself. I have my teenage years and just being like having limited access to pool tables in a small area and playing once a week at a buddy's house. And just, man, I just was just itching for Wednesdays to come around to go over and play. And then I got busy with life and started a business and was married and all that jazz and just kind of didn't have any time to play pool. And then 2019, I got a stick for uh, a gift because everyone knew that I still loved the game and would play it periodically. And it's been kind of all I've done since then. I remembered
Y-
how much I loved this game.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have made quite an excel of your ability. You have excelled quite a bit in 6 years.
Yeah, it's one of those things when it's all you do and think about. It's a little bit different format that I process things. I'm just such an extremist in life that I got to be careful what I get myself into because I had to give certain things up because get carried away with it. Chess was one of them because I just would not sleep because I could look at the tiles on the ceiling and just playing myself and never sleep. Pool. Oh, that was a
Yeah.
super unfortunate bump into the side.
So Murph wins all the raffles as well. And Rashawn says he owns like one of 100 diamond off a raffle for $100. Oh, he won a diamond table in like a 1 out of 100 shot.
Wow.
$100 ticket, 100 tickets sold, and he won it. I think that's if I'm reading that right. That's pretty lucky.
That is incredibly
Oh,
lucky.
there's a miscue. He's looking at his tip, going, "What?" I uh, I think every pool player does that after a miscue. You immediately look at your tip
Yeah.
because you really want to blame it on like, oh, I didn't chalk good enough or whatever. And you look at your tip.
Yeah. Oh man, I recently had my tip redone about a month ago because I just been putting it off for so long, and I was playing this match against a guy, and I miscued more in that 3 hour period than I think I have the rest of the year. I mean, I was ready to like it's the closest I've ever come to wanting to snap my cue over my knee just out of frustration. My tip was completely glossy, and like I was trying to do things with it and was basically playing off of the ferrule. It was silly.
That's no good.
Procrastination is yeah, it has consequences.
So tell us about the venue, Phil's Bar and Grill. They've got 10 diamond tables. Is that right?
Yep, 10 7-foot diamonds. It's such a great venue. You know, as a pool player, as much as I love windows in a building, I love a pool room with no windows. Just because like if you're playing during the day and you know and not having the fluctuations of lighting
That's
is
right.
a big plus, and I really love that about Phil's. They got good access to all the tables. They got really good setup for being able to spectate matches. Good layout of the room where you know people milling around and moving around don't interrupt play. Um, you know, just a really nice staff. Every time I've been there, been super friendly, really good on getting orders out to you and, you know, keeping up with the hubbub because it's a poppin' place. Like I've played some larger tournaments there that Zach's put on and others, and you know, it gets pretty busy in there, but the staff makes great food, always really on it and friendly.
Yeah, I was just going to say about the food there. I was really impressed with the food and the service uh, the times that I've been there. And Jackie, who's the manager, is just a wonderful person. And she's just always making sure everybody has what they need and making sure things get done.
Yeah, they really maintain their tables very well too. Like that's, you know, that's one thing you can always thank to the staff. Or sometimes you'll have somebody who's a do-gooder that's a pool player in the area. What a shot there to get.
I was just going to say he was flirting with that side pocket, but it landed good.
Yeah,
He's going to be still on the rail a little bit here. So, but this is not bad to just float over. The 6 is in a good spot for him to pocket even from long distance.
I think if you play with just straight top and pocketing speed,
You're going to go that way.
kind of come in and land somewhere in this area. There's a comfortable speed.
Yeah. I think you want to avoid. Yeah. I was going to say on this shot, you want to avoid using draw or something that's going to make the shot a little bit harder because you're doing that to get better shape or a little closer to the 6, but it's not that necessary because that 6 is shootable from anywhere on that side of the table.
I'm just mapping it out. I'm not.
Oh, you want to see the kick?
I was just saying if it was even possible. I'm a little bit out of sorts from this side angle. Like I get so accustomed to commentating from the head or the foot of the table that I have to kind of like draw lines to get my bearings.
Mm-hmm. I think he's banking it straight back to the other side. I think that's what he was attempting.
Yeah, that was a tough spot being right up against the point of the side pocket there really limits down your options.
Oh, it looks like Zach has joined us, but he says that he's eating dinner, so he's going to stay on mute.
He had just started his dinner in our little we do a a sound check a little bit early to see if there's any issues, and that's when we realized the issues. So he's had his dinner sitting there since about 6:30. So he dropped everything, ran down, and
yeah. And I figured I'd jump in just to help you out, but I don't want to take over. This is your show, the Zach and Trevor show. I'm just a special fill-in guest. I'm a sub.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a real Monday show. I mean, I'm starting to second guess my life's decisions on having a show on Monday because anything that can go wrong will go wrong on Mondays. And we had a little bit of a foul up today, but we're making do.
Zach says I get dinner and a show. He's
he's like,
this is great. Well, he did the hard work of going down there and restarting the system.
Really,
so
really nice touch on that.
So tell me a little bit more, or tell the viewers a little bit more about the hot seat and chill format. This is designed to be kind of like podcast style a pool match.
Yeah, so like what we're trying to do is we're trying to connect communities mainly. That's like our main hopes with this show, and give different players of different areas ability to match up at different venues. Because not everybody's familiar with everybody, and not everybody gets to travel to play pool. So having a weekly matchup at these different venues, anywhere where Evo Sports is available. We are going to try and rotate venues each week until we've gone through the full rotation. So if you want to match up, you can hit us up on our Hot Seat and Chill Facebook page, or message Zach Zager or myself directly, and we can get you put into the schedule. And you guys get to pick your race length and what you want to play for. We don't care too much. We just don't want to go over, like 3 hours too much, just to, Zach has a day job and gets up early and all that. But, we want to see you guys match up, talk about your local scene, talk about you. We have a player questionnaire that we send out to the players, and I'm waiting to go over that a little bit just so Zach is able to hear and kind of interact with it. So we're going to talk about that for the rest of the show, talk about the local venue, maybe some upcoming events. It's kind of a hangout session. For the first half of it, we kind of go till somebody gets to the halfway point in kind of a social interaction between me, Zach, and the chat, just talking about local things going on in the pool community, the players, different things. And once the match kind of heats up into the final couple of games or final half of the match, we kind of go into full commentator mode and really kind of talk about the pressures and the things that come with playing on stream. Because I just know that the first couple of times I've played on stream, there's a lot of nerves that come with knowing that you have a crowd. And we're hoping to get just people comfortable playing on stream, because it's becoming a lot more commonplace where you play in a tournament and they have either a featured streamer or Evo Sports is available. And if you've played on it before in a match that you know that you had a crowd watching, you can kind of watch yourself playing those things, notice some things about your playing under the pressure, and just have a good time.
And David, meanwhile, with a couple of nice shots here, he's got himself set up on the 10. He's looking at corner. He should be. I think it's a much bigger pocket, a little easier to see, I think, too. Less movement of the cue ball.
Yeah.
But these are the ones that pay the bills. All the other balls are for fun. This is the serious one.
This is the pressure one.
He's taking his time too. I like how much time he took, and just really making sure that he was right. There's a lot of good practice strokes on there and a good follow through when he stroked through the ball. It was great.
For a guy who's been playing for a year, the smoothness of that stroke for the pressure of this environment. And we got some other exciting news to share about David, how we did out at Lincoln City. When we get into the player thing, like he's showing some real potential as a new and upcoming player. And that's the other thing that we're really excited about doing with this show is, trying to showcase individuals that are new to the game, that are, like David here, who's only been playing a year. Michael's only been taking pool seriously for about 2 years. He's kind of like you and I, where he's played before, taken serious time off, kind of coming back into it. He's been back into it for about 2 years. So it's awesome to see the passion for the game, and, players willing to step up in playing a money match for one, but playing a money match on a stream where you have a crowd of people that are going to watch it. There's pressure that comes with that, and I love to see it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I remember my first time playing on a live stream, and my heart was racing, and it was only like $50, contest or whatever I was doing, and it was like, yeah, it definitely adds an element of pressure that you can't get any other way.
Oh man, I just realized that because I'm signed in here under the different YouTube thing, I wasn't getting the chat under my thing. So my
Oh,
apologies for not responding to some of the chat. I pulled it up on my phone so I can see it here. Yeah, Eric, the shop, if you know, and it's It is. It's a nifty little spot.
Yeah.
And if you're ever in the Eugene area and you're looking for somewhere to play, we got the Roadhouse now. But that was a newer venue, and for a long time there
Nice
wasn't
shot.
any. Yeah, that was a great shot.
He's not going to get a reward though.
No,
Maybe. Yeah, the Roadhouse in Eugene also has EvoSports on one table in there, one of the front tables, so you can stream your matches there. Yeah, you like the kick and stick, don't you?
I do. Even if you can see the top half of this ball, there's just a lot of weird things that can happen with double kissing.
Yeah. I'm going to call the one in the top corner.
Oh, he jacked up Massade and almost drilled that shot. What an effort, though.
Wow.
I don't know how that ball didn't go. I mean, he hit the good side of it, not with a crazy amount of speed. I thought that would have gave it a good chance from the awkward spot he was in, that's for sure.
Yeah, and this is no picnic for Murph to dig this out. He's got to get his sand wedge and try to somehow get that cue ball to come out and get on the two. Look at this.
Wow.
Good shot there from Murph.
Gonna have to interact with the 10 in some format to head towards the 3.
We might be having a little bit of lag because of 3 commentators being at the same time on the box. It's really only meant for 2 commentators. And so when you get 3 logged in at the same time, you can kind of get some lag. So if Zach is done with dinner, I will bow out. If not, oh, that was my phone. Yeah, no, actually, I do have to go. So
appreciate you jumping in and doing the tech support or helping out with the tech support on the back end and getting this thing up and going. Yeah, I'll go over the full questionnaire here, and hopefully Zach's listening. We can talk about it when he's done getting his grub in.
all right, sounds good.
All right, thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, Trevor. See you guys.
See ya. All right. So we kind of talked about a little bit of each of the players, but we're gonna go over the full thing, and I am away from the screen, kind of reading off of this, so bear with me here. But it's good to get to know the players. Michael Murphy, we know that he's coming from Lincoln City. He's a 349 Fargo, excuse me. He first started playing pool when he was 17 in the Navy, played for a couple of years, but took a long break and started up about 2 years ago. He plays out of Zellers in Lincoln City on 7-foot diamonds. His playing cue is a Scott Gracio with a Mucci hybrid with a high white carbon shaft, 12.5 millimeter. His favorite game type is the one that he's playing here tonight, is 10 ball. His least favorite shot, which goes for a lot of us, is tree topped over a ball or against the rail. It says your biggest win or favorite pool achievement. He first 8-ball tourney at Chinook Winds, took 17th through 24th out of 91 players. And, playing your first time at Lincoln City, if you've just played in local rooms and things like that, it's a nerve-wracking thing. So love to see it. Goes by a nickname of Murph. And he has a shout out that he'd like to make to Will McLean and Frankie Lamb. He says in his other hobbies categories, he collects Mucci originals, have over 60, and he also does a little bit of community theater. Favorite pool player is Efren Reyes. And his celebratory meal is a tri-tip. And I'll get back to the match here. Don't want to miss too much of it. And when they rack this next one, I'll get into David a little bit. All right. David with a pretty good opportunity here on this 5. Missed a few of the things that happened leading up to it, but Oh. Reading through the chat here. Stripes way ahead in this round. Yeah, we're playing 10 ball. I'm pretty sure that was a joke on the Stripes part of things. Have a good night, John. Thanks for tuning in. Needs to check up a little bit. Foul right on the 50-yard line. Might see him play the bank into the side. Good effort there. Left. Pretty awkward cut on the 8. I think the cue ball will be tracking pretty well along this line. If he elects to take on the cut. Yeah, that's a pretty awkward one. Looks like he's lining up just to kind of see what the bank looks like. Yeah, it's kind of a do or die position because, I mean, I don't really see much for a easy safety option. The cut, you got to play at kind of speed to keep it away from the side pocket. He's electing to take on the bank. I think it's got to be kind of coming along this line if you're playing it with speed. Well, depending on if he's sitting on the point of the pocket there, he may not even be able to see the 8 ball directly from here. Might have to see a one rail kick coming this direction. So it looks like it's sitting real close to the point, but he is kind of shooting down the rail. It's hard to see from this angle how much. Oh, what an effort. That was really close to dropping that 10 from there. He's smiling. That was a tough spot. Really awkward combo. Wow. Handles it no problem. Jumps out to an early 3-2 or 3-1 lead. That sounds like Zach Zager.
Oh, hey, buddy. What's going on?
Welcome to the party.
Hey, dude.
It's been a Monday, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been like an hour and a half.
You've been running around Salem area like crazy, haven't you?
Yeah, but I'm home now. I just ate some roast. I got a cactus cooler. If you guys don't know what cactus cooler is, I think they only sell it in California. You should look it up. And if you ever see one, you should buy one and drink it.
A cactus cooler?
Yeah.
Explain it to me. Like what? How would you
No,
describe it?
it says cactus cooler has a picture of a big giant orange sun and 2 cacti. If that's how you is a cacti, is that plural?
Sure.
We go into that later. And then
I-
there's an explosion underneath it, and it says Orange Pineapple Blast. And it is an orange pineapple soda.
Look at this break. Balls is flying in everywhere. Sorry. Yeah, no, that I
The
can't-
best soda that is not caffeinated on the market.
Interesting. I mean, I was born and raised in California, I hate to admit, but I am unfamiliar with a cactus cooler.
Hey, what's wrong with that? I was born and raised in California. The Cali boys. Ooh, that could be our Scotch team if you ever decide to play Scotch doubles.
Well, we're gonna have to consider playing Scotch doubles, assuming we're playing in the Bad Boys,
Ooh,
Good Boys
yeah.
match.
I hope we get to play together. Oh, I'm the captain too. I get
You're
to make the lineup. Oh, we're totally playing Scotch together.
My AC is working too much, and I don't want to have it blow into my mic. I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
Okay. Did I just hear that right? He said his AC was working too much. That's good.
Working, yeah,
That's
cold.
good though.
Got pretty warm today.
All right, well, I want to get this chat going. I was talking to you and Patrick in the chat, but you guys did not respond.
I know I had the chat pulled up, but assuming I switched over to the different thing, it wasn't pulling up properly. It was just staying blank. So I figured it out. All right. Great combo. One ball's gonna kind of land there. I still need to go over David's question here really quick. I'm all sorts of.
What's David's favorite game?
We'll get to that. I know you're excited to talk about it.
I would love to talk about his favorite game. I don't know much about his favorite game, but
All right. We got David Brewer, a 351 Fargo. He's only been playing for about a year, as we mentioned before. It says his homeroom is at the shop. My dad has an 8-foot valley and a goldfoot crown. So his shop is his own shop, not the shop in Eugene, as exciting as it was to talk about that. You said he's from Vancouver, Washington?
he is from Vancouver, yes.
Gotcha. He plays with a Q-Tech Avid series. He's got a aftermarket carbon shaft. I want more details on that.
Oh,
All right. Here's-
aftermarket parts, dude.
I know it's got the legit. All right, and then I love his answer here. He says his favorite game is League of Legends. He did answer this while he was en route here, and he apologized. He said, I'm doing it at stoplights." So, League of Legends, if you're not familiar, is a video game. I also don't know much about it, but I know that it is a very popular video game, and a lot of folks that play games tend to enjoy it. I also love his answer for this. It says, "What's your least favorite shot?" He says, "Ball in hand on the 10 ball." I love it. Like, I mean, like, that's a
That's like the most humble answer.
that is like the most humble answer. Like, I
That
just
is amazing. Good on you, David. All right, man.
I mean,
Oh, that makes me happy. Can we just pause for a second?
yeah, let's just take that in. I mean,
Great answer.
and the chat did mention this earlier, but it says, "What's your biggest pool win or favorite pool achievement?" He says, "I would have to say second place at the 2025 WBCA 9-ball tournament." He says, "I played silver teams with my dad and good friends, Anthony and RJ, and they took second place." It's fantastic. Get to go out there and play with your pops and do well in some pool and have a good time.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Anthony and RJ are actually they're both from Salem as well. They play out of Phil's. That is their home venue.
Gotcha. And
So I'm sure I hope to see those guys kind of watching, cheering on their old teammate.
yeah. And then his nickname, I also mentioned earlier, but I'm just kind of going back over through everything. They say in the APA, they call him Young Guns. Way shooting tonight, nice and steady. I definitely can see it.
The Young Gun. All right. Young Guns. Plural? Is it plural?
It is plural. He's got two
Uh,
arms, so I imagine that's why it's plural. All right. And then for pool shout outs, he says, first and foremost, my dad. He's the one who got me into all of this. And then also Scott and Linda, Skinner, Eric, Robert, Popeye, and D. All right. He says, other hobbies. I'm a pretty big gamer, but when I'm not playing pool, I like to run and swim. When you list League of Legends as your favorite game, I think we got the gamer part. And when listed as a favorite pool player, he listed somebody that I'm not familiar with. Maybe you know a little bit about them. He says he follows a YouTuber called, wow, that's hard to pronunciate. It's Sharivari. Savaria?
Charivari.
Sorry.
Charivari.
So you know who that is?
Yeah.
It says
Yeah,
his
you
name is
probably do
Secret A-
too. You would recognize his voice if you heard it.
Okay. I'm going to be
You'd be like,
looking him up after.
"Oh, okay, I know that guy."
Okay. And he says, other
Yeah,
than that,
Chari-
I like the killer fillers. Don't worry, I won't hold that against you.
Hey, I loved it when they played each other, and I think what was it? Josh just went to lag. He didn't like shake her hand or anything. He just went straight for the lag.
Yeah, I did see that video. That was pretty funny. You're gonna like this answer too. He
Me?
says, yeah, he says his
Mhm.
favorite celebratory meal is a bowl of cereal, followed up with a bowl of clam chowder in the same bowl.
Ah,
All right, I'm back to the match.
I think I like that answer.
You think you like that answer?
Like, but is it? Can you read it again? Can you use that in a sentence, please?
I use that in a sentence. It was a sentence,
Can
but I
you
will say,
repeat it?
all right, pulling it up. It says a bowl of cereal, followed up with a bowl of clam chowder in the same bowl.
Okay, so the cereal first, you finish the cereal, and then you put clam chowder in it. I mean, that's
Yep.
not terrible. If you mixed it, I don't know, but I think following it up, it's not terrible.
I don't know, Chad. What do you think?
And David's taking a commanding start, up 4-1. Yeah, I remember watching the finals in person for the silver teams, and David was actually, I think it was the match before like the last match, but that last match had finished, so he was kind of left. Him and his opponent were playing, and so that was like it. It was Hill, and David was playing, and he had this shot, and it was a hard shot, and he missed it, and he sold out. I think the 8 ball, and I just saw that, and like it's just such a huge pressure moment for him, and I didn't really know him. I didn't know how long he was playing, but after it kind of calmed down a little bit, the other team ended up making the 8. And I tried to give him a little bit of some words of wisdom. And I kind of went up and said like, "Hey, I know you may not want to like hear this right now, but just try not to forget moments like that. Like even though it ended like it ended, like these pressure moments are like what really, really build us as pool players in the long run, right? And I said like you're gonna run into more moments like that, and you're gonna come out on top. You may come out on the bottom, but it's how you get stronger and build. And I feel like since that tournament, I've seen him put himself out there quite a bit.
I mean, here he is playing on a streamed match for not a small amount of money. I don't think I don't think when I was in the 400 range I ever played for $100 set. I don't think I played my first $100 set till I was like a 520.
Yeah, I think it was the same with me. Like I really was like, in a sense, like afraid to gamble. I was like, everybody's trying to get me to gamble, and I'm like, I don't want to gamble.
Yeah. All
And
right.
uh and yeah,
To the chat, Brett Miller, I will definitely be looking into, how do you say that name? The streamer that does
Shari
the
Bari.
Shari Bari. I'll learn how to read names one day. I will definitely be checking that out. I'll have some words on it next week. And then Ed Winter says that would be some fruity clam chowder. Got Eric saying, let's go, David. Good evening, Chris Law.
Yep, that's right. That's right, Jesse. Got to get in the grease, man.
Yeah, speaking of, man, you guys had a great match last night over there on Pacific Northwest pool thing. I was having lots of laughs and watching some fantastic pool. Had Paul Marquez and Mike D matched up against Sue Chang and Sean Lewis.
Yeah, I saw the result. I didn't catch the final score. I didn't watch that last night. I had a lot going on yesterday evening, but
I did
Nope.
put a so like when I put sweat bets on something, it's like it's just for the excitement. Like it's like I'm not thinking I'm gonna be just like running away with anything. Most of the time it's like a match that I'm excited to watch anyhow, and now I got a little bit of skin in the game. And I did end up taking Washington, which I know I'm from Oregon. And I did it in a way that I was hoping was going to fire Paul and Mike D up because he had posted on his page that the match was happening. And I know that Mike D won a one pocket match over Sean Lewis, or Paul Marquez won a one pocket match over Sean Lewis, and Mike D won a Pacific Northwest pool thing match over Soo Ching. So have both of them coming down and playing Scotch together. I was like, these guys are coming down wanting to get even. So like I had a feeling that they were gonna be wanting it pretty hard. Not saying that Mike D and Paul Marquez didn't want it, but Paul and Mike had some unfortunate rolls. I think he tried getting behind that 9. That was a really close, awkward cut. But that 7 and 8 are pretty awkward layout.
Oh, a good idea. Get that 8 out of there. Because you have the 6 right there. So I mean you may take a long shot but kind of free up the 7 a little bit.
I'll tell you what, this side angle, when I'm not used to commentating from it, I feel like I'm a little bit like questioning. I'm like, can you see that ball from there? Whereas like the foot or the head of the table I mentioned earlier, I feel like I have a little bit better visualization of the lines. Yeah, Jesse, I think that was just two really good Scotch teams matching up last night with Paul and Mike and Su Cheng and Sean. Like, I know Paul and Mike have been friends for a long time, and I'm sure played plenty of Scotch together. Man, Scotch doubles is such a fickle interaction for me. Uh,
We're gonna find out, buddy.
yeah, I guess so.
We're gonna
Like
find
as,
out.
as
I
much
can't
as
wait.
it would be to play Scotch with you, like for competition purposes, I almost want to say as little Scotch as you can put me in is probably better for the team.
Okay. I'll note that. I have the score sheet right here too. See how that even works. I mean, I think it's made pretty even. So whether you like it or not, Trevor, I think you're gonna be playing Scotch.
I know. I'm there to have a good time. I've been wanting to get into Jesse's place and play for a while, so be looking forward to it. That match is July 17th? Is that correct? Or
Oh,
12th?
say that again.
Is it July 12th?
July 12th. Yeah, it's on my birthday.
Man, I don't even know if I need to come back from Seattle. I need to stop in Vancouver on the way back and hang out for a day or two. All right.
All right, it looks like you're in luck. I can get away from. You're gonna have to play one Scotch match regardless. But there are 3 different Scotch sets. One of them is a captain's pick. So yes, you will have to play. So now we just have to figure out who you want to play Scotch with. Okay, we'll talk about this later.
Yeah, well, the answer to that question is no one, but I will play with
Okay.
whoever I need to. All right. You firing at the bank here? Or you playing safe?
I think I have to play. Well, the bank doesn't really open up too many opportunities for shape. So I'm probably playing safe, and I think he got safe. And if he didn't, he left a pretty tricky back cut for Michael. But I think he got it. I don't think Michael can take this in the corner.
Yeah, the mini Moscone Jesse is saying he thinks it's on the 12th. Chris Law saying I nominate Trevor and Zach versus Tony Sandoval and Leonard Woods.
Oh, please. That would be so much fun. But I don't know how much fun I would have, because
Yeah.
if my Scotch partner isn't having fun, how am I supposed to have fun?
I'm a miserable human being when it comes to Scotch.
Dude, you got to get that out of your head right now.
I know. That's
Just smile and wave.
I
Even if you
agree.
miss.
I agreed to play in a format that involves Scotch because you asked.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm honestly, I think what I'm most excited for is to see you play Scotch, because of all the things that I've heard you say about you and your relationship with Scotch doubles.
Well, everybody that's watching, if you want to show up and watch me become frustrated, tune in on the 12th Pacific Northwest Pool thing. You'll see me play Scotch, and you'll see my love for this game in the Scotch format. I'm going to long for the moment that my partner hooks me and I get to look up to the camera and give the look that epitomizes Scotch play for me.
I don't think I'm gonna be playing Scotch with you, Trevor. I'm putting somebody else up with you.
Yeah.
Maybe Steve. I might put it with Steve. I might do Steve. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing with Steve. You'd be all right. Just throw you in there
Yeah.
with the Sharks.
Ed Winter in the chat says, "Congrats, Zach, on the new addition to your family."
Thank you, Ed. Yeah, it's exciting. I have a three-person team at the coast now.
Yeah, I think I used the term earlier today. I was like, Zach's going in the full dad mode.
I'm wearing New Balances right now, and sweats, and a gray T-shirt that I don't like.
I love it. I love it.
Michael
All right.
Murphy.
Michael Murphy bringing it within 2. I am going to take a quick bathroom break while they're racking the balls.
All right, and while Trevor does that, enjoy this tune.
He hit that break good.
Yeah, Ed, I think that's a good I'm not muted, no? I'm good.
I can hear you.
Check, check.
Can you hear me?
Testing. Yeah, I can hear you.
Gosh, when you do that to me, I'm like, oh no.
I know. It's just like you gotta have the confidence and the delivery. That's what it is. Oh, okay. Speaking of the confidence and delivery kind of
Oh, no.
messing with people.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna tell a quick story about what happened last night. I'm sure there are people in this chat who know who Joseph Farmer is. He's a very good pool player out of the Salem area. He is on my APA Masters team, and we were doing makeups last night. He's on my team. We are on the same team. And I looked at him, and I put up a quarter, and I flipped it, and he looked at me, and he called heads, and it was heads. And then he said, "I'll take the break because you choose, right?"
Okay.
And I was like, "Wait a second." I look at Jimmy because Buckets was right there, and I was like, "I think Joseph thinks that he's playing me in a match right now." And Jimmy's like, "What?" And I was like, I don't know. I was gonna go rack, so I went and racked 9-ball, and he broke, and he broke and ran, and then didn't even look at me, and went and picked up his breaking cue and got ready for the next rack. And then I was like, "No, dude, like you're not playing me. You're gonna play this guy."
We're on the
But
same team, buddy.
I know. I just thought that was just like so funny.
Woo, side pocket. Oh, got nudged back towards that direction. You just like messing with folks, don't you?
It's
That's why you have me in here.
fun, man. I like it. It's fun, but
Get
to an
the-
extent, right? Like I don't take
Where
it
it's friendly.
too crazy. Yeah. All right.
Which-
So what do we got here? Was this the break?
There's
not
been
the
a couple of, there was a safety play, and then kind of a real awkward shot that Michael had to take on, and this is also pretty awkward here because I think the 3-ball's in a really tough spot to get at from the where the 2's sitting.
What a shot.
Wow.
David Brewer. Right. Shape on the 3. See, now what do you do here?
I play safe. Straight into the face of the 3.
Right there.
Yeah, let the cue kind of come off of the rail and tuck up underneath of the 9, but
Really just focusing on making sure the 3 doesn't hit the 9 and the cue ball doesn't go wild.
unless you can think you can just hold running straight into the 9 off of the 3. Yeah, that's what he was trying to do. Oop. Trickles in. Sorry for my sound effects. I was invested into that ball. I was like not sure what it was gonna do, and then it just fell. Ooh, this is a tough kick. All right. This is where most people would say, I want to have this watched. No drama.
Clean hit.
Good hit or not.
I
Get a
believe
little
that was a good hit.
Oh, yeah, 100% a good hit.
Is the replay here?
Ed Winter saying he's got 3 himself. Being a dad is the best.
Yeah, so far so good. Today, I got home from work today, and Winter was laying on the bed. And dude, she is like growing. Like I'm like, because people always say like they grow fast, you know. And everybody kept telling me that because it was my first kid. They grow fast. They grow fast. And I looked and I'm like, dude, you are tall. You're a tall little baby. But it's just like, yeah, she's growing really fast, and she smiles a lot when she sees me, which makes me very happy.
Oh, Michael must not have called that. He must have thought he was. I mean, it had safety option, but then it just went right in the hole. I didn't even think he had enough to pocket that ball.
Ooh, gonna sell out a shot.
Yeah, but it's
How straight is he though?
that looks pretty stinking straight.
Pretty stinking straight. Loading up the bottom.
Kind of like Zach. Right. Changing the path of that conversation. Did really well to kind of run into the 10 and hold his cue ball for a good line on the 7. Also looks like Zach. I mean, pretty straight. Too soon. Too soon.
The comment or the crickets?
Me.
Oh, sorry guys. I got allergies.
Man. I think he's had 3 degrees of cut in the last 3 shots.
Yeah, straight.
Oh. Here's a tester.
Might as well bank it because it's another straight shot.
You heard you
Oh,
went for
you
it.
heard me.
How do you feel about these back cuts? from center?
I don't like taking them, but I have actually surprised myself with the last few that I've taken. Jimmy and I were playing Scotch once in a tournament, and he left me and they were a little more extreme. They were like a little like out here kind of. He left me like 3 or 4 of them in one tournament, and I made all of them. And I was like, but I was scared every time. I was like, dude, I don't want to shoot this.
It's a tough shot.
I
It's
don't
hard
like
to
it, man.
I think the
Honestly, at this rate, I'm probably gonna go into the bottom right corner, which is a natural shot. But David says no, Zach. No, we take it this way. This is how we do it.
hit it
But
good.
yeah, man, I don't like shooting them.
I don't either.
I'm in a sense somewhat comfortable taking the shot when I have to. I just tell myself like this is the shot, got to do it. But I think I would rather take the more extreme cut going this way, honestly. All right,
This is
taking a second. Grabbing some chalk. You need that?
I like it. Like seeing a guy who's only been playing for a year. I'm guessing his dad has taught him well, as he is the one who introduced him into the game, taking the moments that he needs on shots, not rushing it. He's got a really good pace.
Oh.
Oh, man, what an effort. Didn't undercut it, hit it good, and it just catches the point and hangs up. But
No, Murphy will take it. Close up the gap just a little more. I think at one point it was 4-1 David. So Michael with the last 2 racks.
yeah, I mean, that 10 ball was about as long of a shot as you can shoot on a 7-foot table. Yeah, John, we have all done it.
John, I thought you were going to bed.
I thought you said goodnight too.
Yeah.
Not
He
that
said,
I'm
I got about 45 minutes to this. And then he said goodnight, and now he's back. We love having you, though. What's up, buddy?
agreed. Yeah, I think I get to go up and hang out with Justin and Patrick. Leaving on Friday. Gonna go up to the Seattle area. We got a APA event happening at 15th Street the 4th of July weekend. You got any plans for 4th of July?
Yeah, I'm playing in I'm playing in Secrets. Well, I don't know what the plan is for the 4th of July on Friday. Madison and I are gonna come up with something to do with the kids. But then Saturday morning early, Madison and I are leaving to go to I think it's in Tacoma. Secret's doing a trifecta.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be playing in that. So this is my first tournament that I've traveled for that is not Vegas. So I'm excited for that experience.
Yeah. Secret puts on great tournaments.
Yep, I've been meaning to play, but just things haven't worked out. So hopefully that this, I'm not saying anything, but hopefully this works out. Hopefully I go.
John got a side bet with Murphy. Yeah, see, that's what that's what I was saying earlier about little sweat bets. Is it makes matches, or you got a little skin in the game, and much more entertaining. Almost found the window, but easy ball to kick yet. Hard to get a return safe. He was firing for the hole, and he's gonna get some love. Man, I still can't get over Shane's kicking abilities last week and last week's show.
Dude.
I went and rewatched it last night because I got super busy last week. Didn't get to do my write up promptly, and I apologize for that. I was rewatching it last night, and I'm like, man, this guy kicks the ball as good as anybody I've ever seen. So, having some reflections there with that kick, got a good result. He might be able to see a slight edge of this three, but I don't think so. Little masse or a little jump?
He's going for a masse there.
Oh, muting myself.
Did you say plane?
Yeah, 2 miles away from the airport, but right in the direction that they come in for landing. So they fly over our place at about 300 feet above us, and it progressively gets louder.
I did hear the plane.
I muted myself before it got too obnoxious. It's loud enough that I can hear it incoming.
Yeah, you didn't even finish the word plane, but I heard the plane as you're saying the first half of the word.
Yeah. I was clicking on the button as I was talking. Not advisable. Side pocket. Oh, got to click. Oh, no.
All right, so what are you doing here? How are you getting on this 7?
The 7. What about the 6 ball?
Well, you got to
Oh.
use the 6 to get on the 7.
Mm,
So I guess the question is, how are you getting on this 6 ball to
to
get
get-
to the 7?
I actually kind of like being somewhere in here. Gives you lots of options. But he's looking at the side pocket, maybe?
Yeah, he's going to end up above it. So his cue ball will be going away from the 7. I mean, you could just, do something crazy. I don't know, but where's my... Oh, there it is.
Oh, I got to clear the chat. Sorry, I took your lines away. My scribbly lines because the chat was in the way. Oh, he was following your lines. Yeah,
Brett. The 10 ball called him pockets. I know, dude. That was fun, though.
I kind of think I like seeing a safety like this and your cue ball over in this area. Oh, that's clever too. Touchy. Leaves it real off.
Hey, listen, I'm one of those players that will take those shots. They come in handy.
They do.
They come in handy. Like, I don't have anything. You know what? And you do something.
Yeah. And it looks like the 7 may have got frozen or very close, so it gets it a little bit harder to get away from the double kiss. And you can't just roll up on it when it's frozen, if it is frozen. You get to see the crutch come out, or the bridge. Don't see that used as often on 7-foot pool. Yeah, they're discussing if it is frozen. I can't read lips. Yeah, that was a good safety play 'cause this is awkward.
Ooh.
Pretty.
Well, Murphy did just come off a fiery bank, so we may be seeing that again.
Welcome back, Travis. Had to finish a murder documentary with the lady.
Oh my.
I hope they survived. I doubt it if there's a documentary about it.
Yeah, no, there was a murder for sure. A little wide. Where's the cue ball is gonna end up?
I think you can see it, but man, that's a tough
Oh, he
shot.
can see that. Yeah, he can see that. This is where you just play with a little bit of high left and you just come straight across. Depending on where the 7 is, though. If it's frozen, it's kind of harder to hit that shot. You got to hit it pretty perfect. But I'm kind of like doing.
Moving your cue ball. I want to see what happens.
I was about. Yeah. Hey, I didn't put it there. That's just where it showed up.
Putting a little draw on this ball. Love the confidence in his practice strokes. Oof.
Oh.
Put it right back where it was. That was really close to caught both of the points. Murphy gonna roll right on top of this ball again.
Ooh, he's gonna try to some separation. That's a nice shot. Needs to go a little more though, but just a little more, and he's
Yeah,
right
had a really
on
good
there.
line.
I like that shot though. That was a clever shot.
Jeremy said I'm watching and True Lies at the same time. Love it. Multitasking.
Oh, everybody's watching shows. Where's the Dodgers at? What's the score? I don't watch baseball now. Oh, we don't play till tomorrow. Oh boy, we play the 18-60 Colorado Rockies. Oh man, that's not good. And that's enough baseball for today, folks.
I like following forward. Or just fire
Oh,
across the side.
give him
Gonna
some,
get
give him something after that shot.
that was a great shot.
Hey, here's this back cut again. I'm definitely taking this in the bottom right.
Are you draw? Oh,
You're
he's
gonna
banging
take
it.
it? Yeah, I would play this with a little bit of low left and just kind of bend it into this rail.
It's pretty straight. Oh, I thought he drilled it.
For Sean, I hear you. I hear you, bro.
We're both reading it. I was like,
Yeah.
he's on full daddy mode. Look
Don't
out.
do it. No. All right, so these two balls, Mr. Murphy could tie it up here.
Yeah, just a little kill shot. Draw a lollipop. I didn't. I like his position there. Gives himself the pocket so he's not dealing with the rail.
All right, tight ball game. 4-4.
Tied up.
About the halfway point here. I don't think we've seen a player break.
Not yet. After this rack, I think there is a agreed upon player break. First person getting to 5.
So what's going on in the chat? Rashawn's on daddy duty. Jeremy's watching True Lies. Travis just got done watching a murder documentary. Oh, Jesse's in the chat talking about, oh yeah, the Moscone thing we were talking about. And Paul and Mike. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Jesse's stream, Jesse and Stephanie's stream, Pacific or PNW pool thing, like, dude, it's like such a great stream. I've played on it once, and I don't know how many they've had 60 matches in a year.
Yeah, that's more than one a week.
Yeah, that is incredible. The commentary is always great, and they always have different commentators that come in and puts on a great show.
Well, and they're in a really good position location-wise, too, because you can get Washington players coming down and Oregon players kind of, somewhat of a middle ground.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys haven't heard of them, search PNW Pool Thing on Facebook and YouTube. Send them a message. Get on a live stream.
Yeah, and if you're in the greater Seattle area, Patrick Nix, who was on earlier, Chalkbox Productions, is also co-founder of EvoSports, bringing us this awesome stream. Is it freeze?
Nope.
No?
No. You look at the shadows.
Oh, he's just really... I see footsteps moving now. The cue just hadn't moved for a second. He's really measuring this one up.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's looking
he's
good,
there.
man.
I think he got there. Like, that's
Look at that. Oh, way hooked.
really nice touch on that shot. All right, John. This time you mean it. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Ooh. Wow. How did it get back through all those balls? Nice contact.
Travis. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you're good. Oh, no. Travis. No. How are you getting into the three ball? You following into the 6 or drawing back?
I'm playing this with top right, and I'm gonna try to come back underneath it.
I like drawing it.
I try to avoid the draw as much as I can.
I like his option actually. Like he found like the perfect angle.
You can play a good save now.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, look at that call out. Oh, I think he sold it out though.
Well, he gave a
He didn't
look.
really sell it. He didn't give it a look, but it was a great shot.
Oh, cue ball. Gotta get Michael into some bank pool tournaments.
Yeah, he's banking everything.
He is banking everything, and he's got good eye for it. Like, I think the furthest I've seen him off from a bank is like an inch.
Yeah.
Draw back to center table.
Oh, I like that shot, David. I like that shot.
I gotta say, really liking David's stroke. Very smooth. Whoever, like, for a guy who's only been playing a year, it's pretty uncommon to see the rhythm that he has and the smoothness of stroke. He's been watching the right people play or getting the proper instruction. Really like to see it. Running into the 7 here. Slow rolling it.
Yeah, I think I slow roll that, but there's a touchy way you could play that with a little bit of high right. Kind of kills the cue ball a little bit and shoots it out this way a little more. So you still have an angle.
That's one thing I've been trying to like minimize in my game is slow speed with inside English. Table conditions.
Yeah, because you miss so many times.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're playing with clean conditions and perfect everything, like yeah, it's consistent. But like if it's muggy out and the balls haven't been cleaned in
Yeah.
3 days, it's so hard to predict. Are we gonna see another bank? I think so. I think the bank is just as tough as taking on the safety.
Murphy's shooting, right?
Yeah, Murphy's about ready to shoot.
He's banking it, dude.
Yeah, Brett, another way of shooting that ball is a drag shot. That's one of my weak points in my game for sure. Ooh. That rolled awkwardly. Trying to think what you do here. Yeah, thin off of it really thin and just chip it to the rail and leave the cube out by the 9, I guess. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I thought he was looking at. Let's go. Let's go.
da-na-na-na-na-na.
Good attempt.
Yeah, that was an awkward lay there. Whew. Long straight. That's another awkward spot to be directly on the 50-yard line for the 7. What do you do here? You trying to back cut it into the side, draw out of the pocket, coming back here and cutting it?
I played this shot last night, actually, yeah, and I tried to draw above the pocket, and I succeeded drawing it above the pocket, and I rattled the ball.
Yeah.
But I missed the pocket. I mean, if this is the point, like I think the cue ball hit here. So I mean, it is very doable to get that draw to kind of react quickly.
He's playing the bank.
Ooh, that's not a gimme. 10 balls above the pocket. I think he may just go for the bank here, honestly.
Yeah. I think
Nope.
he was playing the 10.
Yep,
I
he
mean,
went
he
for the
missed
10.
it by less than a quarter of an inch. That was great effort. Tennis elbow. I got a couple of experiences where like playing 10 ball tournaments and just breaking all weekend long and kind of flared up my like taking time off from it and just kind of icing it, and it was like the only relief that I got. I don't think mine was very severe. I think it was just a strain. How about you? You ever dealt with tennis elbow?
No, I don't think I have. I actually just looked it up to see what it was.
How old are you? That's
17.
what? 17. uh 17. Uh Goodness sakes. Oh, get in there.
We'll see what Michael decides to do here too, because the 9 is close to the corner, but it is also close to the head braille.
Mm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to clear your line. See if he's gonna go rail first. Yeah,
Yeah, great shot. And that's what I was trying to draw.
nice.
Said, let's see him do it.
Yeah, so yeah. I didn't mean to clear your line. I'm sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
Honestly, he probably followed exactly where your line was gonna go too.
Yeah, I can't make a mistake if there's not one there to be seen. Great.
So Michael Murphy down 4-1 now leads 5-4, and I believe we will be seeing a player break right now.
Yeah.
We invited Jimmy Buckets in the chat to join us for an interview, but he denied because he is playing BCA. Do we have anybody coming on, Trevor?
We had a couple of options, but it kind of we got
Everything kind of got lost with the Monday.
you can tell us a little bit about the Phil scene. You're a local player from this area. Uh
Yeah, sure. Shoot me some questions. What do you got?
all right.
All
I'm gonna
right.
start asking questions. Each week we're gonna try and interview a local player if possible for the local pool scene and kind of what, because like every pool room has its own atmosphere. It has its own kind of interaction where some might be like a more casual league play. Some of them might be a money room. A lot of tournaments happen there. Some of them are balanced where it's a little bit of all of it. Just kind of depends on what night of the week it is. What would you be uh saying as far as descriptive for Phil's is like the player community
League. Very
league?
league oriented. Yeah, there's leagues every single night of the week here. There's league going on right now. Not too many tournaments happen except for the events that I run. There are APA tournaments. They do singles qualifiers, tri cups, world qualifiers, those kind of tournaments. There's 10 diamond tables, all 7-footers. So plenty of tables to play on and to host bigger events. There's a couple other groups that frequent Phil's that throw tournaments there as well. Fundraiser tournaments, stuff like that, but not too much action, not necessarily like a money room. Yeah, there's no weekly tournaments here.
Okay. What's your two go-to meals or food?
Breakfast.
Breakfast, huh?
They have breakfast all day, every day.
What do you get?
Well, last night I got a cowboy. I got a basic breakfast, but instead of like ham or bacon, I got a kielbasa sausage, and it was amazing. But I usually just get the basic breakfast. I've really been pushing for them to get pancakes. Like every time I see somebody working at Phil's, I ask for pancakes. Because I feel like eventually, So yeah, the burgers are good. They have really, really big steaks.
I've had the Philly cheesesteak sandwich from there, and it was fantastic.
Ooh, have you tried their? I will say I was responsible for this getting on the menu because it was a special. And I said, I had it, and I said, you have to put this on the menu. Like, this has to be on the menu. It's a Philly quesadilla,
Ooh,
and it is so good.
I will have to
I
do.
like to say that I got that on the menu because that was just a special. And I was like there, and I had one Friday, and then I think it was back Sunday, and I had another one. I was like, dude, you guys have to put this on the menu. So, and they just revamped their menu like a month ago. So, yeah, I mean, if you
Alright.
guys come down and play in some of my events, some food.
Yeah. Travis Hernandez says the homemade biscuits with the gravy are fire.
Oh, yeah. They make biscuits right on the counter too. Just fried. They make them from scratch, and they're big and they're delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, the biscuits are good.
That was like my go-to breakfast when I was going wood cutting in the fall time with my dad, and we'd go to like Denny's at like 4 o'clock in the morning. It's the only place open 24/7, and we'd go in there and get biscuits and gravy, and that was about the only thing about that day I enjoyed. If you've ever gone wood cutting, it's taxing.
Well, describe wood cutting.
Uh,
'Cause there's many different ways you can cut wood.
like firewood for like a home stove. I grew up
Okay.
in a small area. My dad, in his younger years, was a logger, and he later started a janitor business. And while that was getting started, he did firewood cutting, selling them by the cords in the mornings. He'd sleep for a couple hours from about 2 o'clock in the afternoon till about 6, and then he would go and clean different buildings and things like that till the wee hours of the morning, and then he would just get up and go wood cutting in the morning. And I don't know how he existed like that for years, but yeah, wood cutting.
Some people are built different, man.
Yeah. 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 And if you've ever split wood for 2 hours straight, I don't want to upset you. If you do that on a regular basis, yeah, those guys are built different. All right, we're back. I think I'm going to be rewatching this match and studying these guys' 10-ball break because I think both of them break the balls better than I do in 10-ball.
Yeah, dude. I've been seeing pretty wide open tables too. So,
And I think they've made a ball 80 or 90% of the breaks.
oh no, we didn't do our
I know.
ball count.
I know. Everybody's
I know
gonna have
you.
to
I know
do
you
it.
stole that, but
I did, but I love it.
it's very fun. Good on you last week for keeping track of that, because Like the fourth rack, I probably would have forgot.
Pretty good safety option here. Just kind of half ball hit, get the cue by the 6. We'll have to see if he has a tiniest of window between the 10 and the 6, but from here it doesn't look like it's a very wide gap if there is one at all. Have you ever gone wood cutting, Zach? For like firewood?
I've split wood, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get yourself in the mode, dude. Like you just gotta once you start, you just gotta keep going. You can't really stop.
What a kick.
Look at that. And the 2 closes up the window. I don't think he had a window anyway, but Murphy's quickly calling the top left corner for a kick. I think he can get past that 8 and make contact.
Play with quite a bit of draw and really
Yeah, you gotta kind of bend it
close that angle
right
even.
here. I mean, really, like, kind of naturally looks like it goes there. Look at this.
Oh my gosh. What an effort. That was a tough ball to hit, and he just about made it. But yeah, David's nice 2-rail kick and leaving the 2 right there is giving him an option. I'm really surprised that, like the chat mentioned just a little while ago, how well these 2 are playing safety options and got nice soft touches with them. Perfect line. Straight stun. It's going to be a little bit trick getting from the... Oh, that's the 8 ball. I was looking at the 8 thinking it was the 4.
Didn't get on the quite the right side. I think he would have been able to play that softer to kind of send the cue ball on this side of the 4.
Yeah, I was just seeing if he's able to play it in the bottom left corner.
He's kind of just gonna take his medicine. Okay, just play this with natural. I think you can run into this 8.
Yeah.
Maybe clip the left side of it.
Or even clipping the side of the 6 wouldn't hurt either. It'd kind of chip it towards the pocket. So some good things can happen here. Was not an easy cut at all. All right, chat, we got a question for you. Me and Zach have been like tossing around the idea because I like the sweat bet things, but I don't want to have bias when we're in here picking a player beforehand who we think is an advantage. Most of these players so far I have never seen shoot before. What would you guys think if we had a random draw little side bet for who our horse is each week? Think that would take away from things or make it more exciting? What do you think, Zach?
Well, explain, because you explained this to me last week, but I don't think I was quite following what your idea behind it is.
Well, the idea is to have a sweat bet, where we both have like some sort of individual that is now our horse for the night, but by having it non-bias, it
But
would
flip
be
a coin and say, like, you call tails, right? And if it lands on tails, or just assign one of them a side of the coin. So
but
tails would be Murph. So
that's us flipping. Now, what I was coming up with is like a way to switch it up each week where we have absolutely no.
Oh, nice shot.
A great little touch to get that 8. Now maybe play this into the 9 softly and create a little bit of separation. Give him a look. He's got a thin cut. So basically my idea was, well, he's ready to go. I want to see this shot. I'll get back to that in a second. It's a big shot.
Oh,
It's going to settle up just right.
this.
What? Drains it. I think
I think Murphy's getting
is.
a little bit of a stroke now.
Yeah, he is. I think he was down 1-4, and he's won the last 5 games straight to bring it to 6-4. All right, so back to my sweat bet idea. So let's say we started this week. Whoever wins the lag is going to be your horse. So whoever wins the lag or the flip is going to be your horse for the night. And then next week, whoever wins the lag or the flip would be my horse for the night. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
I just think there's a little bit of fun banter that can kind of happen. But at the same
I
time, like
see.
I'm a
I
little
see.
concerned.
So it's not like we're like, okay, I want Murphy or I want David, right? So there's no kind of bias. It's like this. It's up to
Yeah,
the players whose horse it is, you know?
yeah,
Because then we can talk about it.
yeah.
I
I don't know.
see, I
It's
see.
just a thought.
Like a live action sweat bet from the commentators.
Yeah. I don't know how it would work, and, like, I don't wanna, like, make the players feel like we're rooting against them or anything like that, because it would be just for the banter of it. Alright, Ed Winder, have a good night. Oh, but, I mean, he hit those 2 wing balls right
Yeah, look
behind
at this. Look at this break, dude.
little bit of juice on the top, but, I mean,
Look
still,
at this break
those
again. See what happened to that cue ball.
it went straight through the pack.
Oh, he played it with follow. The cue ball bent, did not get touched by another ball, and then just went forward straight into the side or in the corner.
You think we're gonna see a 2-10 combo coming up here, or do you think it slides by the 10? We're gonna find
I think we're gonna go for a 2-10 combo here. I don't think that goes past the. Yeah, he's looking at the 10. Yeah.
I mean, if this is straight on, which it looks pretty close, 2 could be kinda coming up table, and you could just leave the cue ball anywhere near the center of the table there, and you got a good safety option if the 10 doesn't go.
Oh yeah.
Or just drill it.
He said, "Hold on, dude. I gotta press the tablet. I gotta change the score."
Great shot by David there.
I'm a video game player. I want to press buttons.
Alright, back to the video game topic. Do you play video games?
Yeah, kinda. I used to play a lot, and then I didn't, and then I got a new Xbox, and so then I got really into Call of Duty and Warzone, and I was very into it. I played it every single night, and then the video port on my Xbox just stopped working, and I have not gotten it fixed. So I hadn't played video games in probably a year and a half. But then I entered a raffle for a Nintendo Switch 2, and I won it. And so since I got that Switch, I've been back playing video games again. I will say if there are video games I'm good at, I'm okay at Call of Duty. I would not say that I'm good at Call of Duty because there are people who are very good. But I will say that I'm very good at Guitar Hero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I think me and Patrick had a little bit of a conversation while you were driving back, where I'd mentioned that I'm a very obsessive person when it comes to things that I get into. I've had to give up several things over the years because I don't know how to slow myself down, and there's no way to separate myself from it. And video games has been one of those for me.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to get caught up in it for too many hours. I do enjoy them, but
Oh
like
yeah.
I don't have an off switch. I don't know when to say enough is enough.
Well, I
So
almost missed the show today because I was playing video games. We
uh,
talked about that earlier.
yeah, yeah.
I was right there. I was like right at the boss. I'm playing the Zelda game that I
Did
used
you
to play when I was a kid.
Yeah, really quick to get to the chat. So far, 16 balls have been made on the break. And that was at the beginning of this rack. So in 12 breaks, they're averaging more than a ball a break. I want to see.
Yeah, and a 10-ball break
But
is hard, man. Like 10-ball break is no gimme.
that's what I'm saying. These guys are breaking the balls fantastic. I'm going to be studying it because my 10 ball break is mediocre
Ooh.
at best.
I think by the way he looked at that he sold out, and Murphy's right on it. So yeah, it looks like you can see the one. He's playing this at bottom though. I think I may have played that. If you're watching this later, Murph, I may have played it with a little bit of high right and kind of just drag the cue ball into this rail.
I don't know. I think he may have been playing with a touch of inside. Like it looked like he may not have been able to see. Like
Oh,
he
and
was
just kind
playing
of
like
massing it.
Well, not that, just like a touch of low inside gets a little bit more grip on the ball, so you can like what would be an overcut angle, you can kind of shorten up that angle with that cue induced throw. I'm not sure. It just looked like it was really close and may have been the reason. Oh, MC, whose stroke is that? Shane Van Murph. What is that? SVM? Sounds like a credit card company. Another 2-rail kick coming up. Unless he can. Gosh, I feel so out of sorts from this side view. Like, I feel like I have such a hard time visualizing angles of balls. Is he massing this? Jumping it? Don't masse? Really nice shot.
Ooh.
Really nice shot. Cha-ching. See, I don't have a fancy board like you. I gotta make my own sound effects.
You got one right here. Right at the top.
Oh, that's right.
Do it.
Uh,
It's not too late.
It is too late.
I think I have a button for it being too late, but it's too late for that button, so I just can't.
Gosh, I can't. When I draw the lines
You
of what
trying
I
to do it?
and then I'm looking at it, it looks so foreign.
Trying to come behind the two?
Yeah. That's gonna work out. Oh, leaked out a little. See if he's got enough to get into the side, but how do you get on the 3? I don't think he's got the pocketing angle up in the top right or top left.
Yeah, I think you can play this in the side. So really, you got to be really precise. Then you can play safe with the 3. Nice shot. I mean, hell, I don't know how much I like. This is what I was thinking of, but you got to be like perfect. That line would be the cue ball. It's in the 3-up table, but I don't know how much I like that. I think it's be okay though because I think you can send the 3 just past the 10 and try to get it to kind of sit here. He's
I,
gonna
I,
play the bank.
I like that. I mean, like the safe is so tricky to get an actual hook here that like the bank is just as difficult as playing it. And I always like to lean on the edge of a little bit of offense when it's a 50-50. Look at the smooth. Oh, wow. How did that hang up? Making weird sound effects over here every time a ball doesn't want to drop.
It's like Murph heard Travis in the chat.
Well, that's what I love about being able to watch yourself on stream. Like I remember like the first couple of times I'm like, man, my tempo is all over the place. And being able to kind of watch a stream, see how you play under pressure, when you're comfortable, the different tempos of like your play style, kind of find that happy place because everybody's is a little different. I mean, you look at Blake Baker, and I mean that guy's play speed is 3 times faster than mine.
Hyperspeed.
Yeah, he plays super fast, but plays super strong too.
That was a Guitar Hero joke.
Hyper speed. Kick and stick. Yeah, that's what I always think in my head when I'm trying to. Good effort, but I think he's got a full pocket. He's kind of not very much angle cuts to him and like trying to like stun the ball. I have struggled with that shot significantly. He hit it really well.
The one he just took?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I tend to undercut those. Like I think I just clench up on my grip and just kind of punch the ball and don't get the proper reaction because of uncomfortability.
Yeah, I like those shots because we were talking about those back cuts earlier. And I was kind of mentioning how. Oh, he missed the 5 completely. I think did he try to cut that in?
I think he was trying to cut it in with inside, kind of get it to hit the rail and grab.
But yeah, we were talking about that back cut, right? So if the cue ball's here, the back cut. I prefer this cut. That's kind of like the same shot he had. What do you think would be your stronger shot? Like the back cut or kind of the cut that you're saying you're having issues with?
Probably the back cut is probably my stronger comfortability. Like I just feel like the more angle I have on my shot, like the easier it is for me to visualize the little intricacies of work in the pocket. Anytime I'm straight, I feel like I just gotta like put too much juice on the ball and my fundamentals fall apart, my grip tenses up, my stress goes higher. That's what I'm really enjoying about a lot of these tougher shots that David has been taking on, like really keeping a nice rhythm and tempo to his backstroke and his follow through. This is awkward. Just roll up on it. Looks like going for the bank. Rashawn, I like that. He says he's learned it comes down to your domini, which pocket you choose when it comes to those 50-50 cuts. Huh. I've never even thought about it that way. Makes sense.
I've been utilizing flipping coins when I can't decide what shot to take.
Of course you would.
I mean, for real though, because like one thing when you're taking a difficult shot, like if you're gonna take the shot, you have to commit.
Yeah.
And it kind of helps me just say, you know what, I really don't know which one I want to do.
So you pull a coin out of your pocket, flip it
pull
on the
a coin out of
table,
my
and shoot.
pocket and I flip it in the middle of while I'm standing at the table, and I'll flip it and let it land on the ground. And it's funny because I did this the first couple times I did this. I said, "No, I don't like that shot. I'm gonna do the other one."
So you did have a preference, and that's how you figured it out?
That's how I figured it out. But I guess either way, like the idea is to kind of set on a shot.
Yeah. No, I mean, 100% agree with that. Like, whatever it is that you like, being split-minded or not committed to a shot is about the worst thing you can do when it comes to getting down on a ball. I don't know what I would think if my opponent just pulled a coin out of his pocket and flipped it onto the floor and then got down on the ball and be like, "What in the heck was that?"
I had to decide. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
That's wild to me. I love it.
Have you never I mean, how would you handle it if you truly were in between two shots? There's
Uh,
also sometimes I'll just say, "Nope, I gotta go with my gut." That was the first shot I thought of.
that's typically what it is like whatever was my first option, I will kind of tend to go with that because that was what I felt most comfortable with, or at least 51% more comfortable with. But generally, it's like whatever has more of a cut angle. Look out, cue ball. Ooh, gonna have a little distance on the rail on this 9 ball, adding to the pressure. Further the match goes on, the closer to the finish line, the more mounting each shot becomes. For you, Zach, is it easier winning the first game or the last game? Like, where are you more?
Ooh. Um, Probably the first game.
Oh,
Well, it depends, because I mean, I'm probably more in stroke for the last game, so there's that factor or that aspect of it.
I just want to pause really quick. This is David's least favorite shot.
It's true.
And I mean, Michael just made a great cut on
Yeah.
that 9 and just kind of had to let the cue ball do what it was going to do because it was such a tough shot. And unfortunately, it found the pocket. But yeah, back onto like the first and the last game. Like, I guess I've just never put that much pressure onto a first game. Like, if I feel like I'm feeling nerves in the first game, like, I'm not taking on risks. I'm playing super conservative. I'm kind of trying to gather my rhythm. And by the last game, a thing that I used to tell myself a lot is I would always add a game or two to the race length in my head. Kind of like that. Slowly apply pressure on a trigger until it goes off and it surprises you. So, like, you're not doing anything mentally to hurt yourself.
Right, that makes sense.
It's kind of a fool's errand telling yourself that there's more games in a match than there are, though at the same time I found out that I was still just not believing it. But I think just trusting your process at any interval of the match. Another ball made on the break. Agreed, Rashawn. Yeah, the first and the last are the hardest. Got some tricky layouts with the 3, the 10. Well, what are you going for here? I kind of like thinning off of the 1 ball, sending it on that line. If I can fade the 5, or that's the 3 ball.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Yeah, the 5 ball. And kind of leave your cue anywhere over in here if you can fade that ball. But it might be unavoidable from where he's at.
Well, and you're kind of hiked up over that 6 if you take that line too.
Yeah.
Over the 10?
I feel like it's too close to the rail, but maybe.
Oh no, and he's gonna sell out.
That's a
A
dagger
110
tag.
combo. That's the issue with taking shots like that too.
Yeah,
He
but
almost made that,
psychologically,
though.
yeah, he did almost make that from that angle. That was a great effort. And psychologically, you think, oh, well, if I take this on, there's no way it's going to be sitting in front of the pocket. And sometimes pool physics are crazy.
We'll take a quick breather. We'll be back.
All right. Travis, you still keeping track of the balls? I think I missed one. I know it we're at like 17 or 18 balls on the break within 13 breaks is really good stats for anybody on a 10 ball break. I think my average ball on a break, if I were to break 10 times in a row in 10 ball, would probably be like 0.4. 10 ball break leaves room for improvement. Commentator curse on a dry break. Don't think he has enough angle here to cut it. I actually might consider calling the 5 in the side and kind of playing the two-way banking it up table. Or just play a really good safety. That big smile on Murph's face. I like it. Because, yeah, I think cannot see an edge of it. Oh, just missed it. Really nice, touchy safe played by Murph. Gains some ball in hand. Looks like there's a little cluster where his body's at. I can't tell if that 3 ball goes or not. I think it does. When I look at shots like this, I want to make sure that I'm on this angle of it so I don't have to worry about the 10 ball. But from where he's at right now with the 1, it's kind of a trickier area to get onto that side of the 2 ball. Yeah, actually kind of rolling across it. Check up, yep. You can at least still see it. Bank inbound. Boom. Give him some love. Get off of there. Oi. Might actually consider looking at carrying into the 10 and just leaving the 3 just behind the 8. That
I got a
does
full hook.
that does
Might be
the
able to
trick.
see the edge of it. He can kick at it for sure. Yeah, I think he's gonna have to kick at that.
Like I like playing a little bit of high inside coming up on the short side. So that way your cue ball kind of tracks over near the 8 and the 10 for the kick and stick. Hit all of those lines, but cue ball slipped through that gap. Leaves another 50-50 option.
Ooh, nice shot.
Fires are in there. Pretty thin cut. Might play the bank again. Looks like he's calls the bank. Leaves distance. I'm not even sure you can see the pocketing angle of this ball. The 5 blocks the rail first. Could be pretty productive on safety. We'll see what he has when he shoots it. Zach, do we got anybody scheduled up for next week? Oh, just
No, I don't think we do actually. So far we have been to Silver Star, the penalty box, and now Phil's Bar and Grill, and there are, I believe, 30 plus venues in the Pacific Northwest to choose from. So
yeah, I've been
let's get some matches going. I'm gonna reach out to Eugene. The Seattle area has quite a few venues.
yeah, I've been talking to some folks in Boise, Idaho. Trying to get we got EvoSports out there at the Pocket. We also have, and I've been talking to a guy who works there and knows the pool scene pretty well. I met a few folks while I was there. I'd love to see them match up because there's even fewer players out there that I've met or seen play. But if you're watching, you want to match up, hit us up. Yeah, Jeremy, that is always the interaction of playing around other players is we get so focused in on our game sometimes that we're right in the way of someone else's while we're focused.
Have you ever ran into somebody while playing pool?
Of course. Have you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the
And
worst.
I use like a big footprint of the space around the table when I'm looking at shots. Too. I'm like, nice shot, Merv. Gonna leave himself nice on this 10 ball. Yeah, I'll find myself like way out here. Can't really see my lines, but it's in the top left corner.
Slow down, cue ball.
Slow down. So Michael Murphy, the first one to the hill.
That adds some pressure. That's what I always think whenever battling to get onto the hill is I'm like, excuse me, inhaled down the wrong pipe. It's just like I wanna. I'm gonna have to mute myself. Hold on. Sorry about that.
What were we talking about? The pressure of being on the hill and getting to the hill.
Yeah, like just thinking about trying. Like if you're like the last two games, I think about it as the mini hill and the hill. Like I want to get to the mini hill first, and then I want to put the pressure on getting onto the hill. But like I can't tell you how many times I've gotten there first, and like that's as far as I've planned. And I kind of relax a little bit, and the guy like makes a comeback, and then I get all like floundering a bit.
I will say I'm kind of curious as to what the vibe is now, because I had to go to Phil's earlier, and both of the players there when I walked up, they were like chatting with each other, like full on engaged in conversation. I think they were talking about cues. Both players were just in a great mood. But now, like as the match gets closer to the end, what is that like? Because I'm sure in the beginning of this match they were still kind of talking, and these players have never met each other either.
Oh,
So I thought that
really?
was kind of cool. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool showing up and just kind of hearing them chattering like crazy.
I mean, I've seen lots of smiles from both players. Like, I mean, Murphy smiling there. Love seeing players have a good time, even when there is pressure involved. I think that's a great thing that's easily lost the more competitive you get. Losing the enjoyment of the game. I think that's why I enjoy Alex Pagulayan, like watching
Oh,
him up.
always smiling.
Like, even when he hooks himself and he's scratching his head and kind of dragging his cue around, then he'll reach out to the crowd and make a comment about this, that, or the other, but he's always having a good time. Like, guy's been playing pool nonstop for as long as I've been alive, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure that guy enjoys life.
Whoa, golf shot.
Murph's gonna play the bank here. You need to really hold this with inside.
I like playing the bank
You can
long
say,
and tucking the cue ball up underneath here. It's a super touchy shot.
ooh, I
But
like that. Hit the 10. Not gonna hit the 10.
pretty unfortunate that the cue ball didn't get hidden there, but it had the backdoor blocker of the pocket where it's now leaving a really long combo. Lots of distance between the two balls and the pocket and the cue ball. Oh, well,
I was gonna say, man, if that missed that 5 ball, that was great
dead,
save.
deadlock up, yeah. Just because of how tied up the 5 ball is, I don't know if I go for the pot here unless I'm sure I'm running into it in a favorable way. Might just slow roll.
Ooh,
What? What? Great shot.
I just rolled this in top English. Make sure that you make it and just go back and forth anywhere on that table where cue ball's going back and forth is fine. You really just focus on making the ball there. This combo lined up pretty nice too.
I don't think any combo that's further than like 6 inches from the pocket, I think is lined up really nice. It's definitely the shot
I
here.
like combos.
Oh,
Yeah, and when I put my line through it too, it was kind of a back cut into the 8 to combo that in, so didn't line up great.
yeah, this is kind of a in-between shot because typically I'd want to draw here and just let it kind of come into this area, but the 9's right in the way. High inside. Oh. See, I think this is one of those shots where you can play like a slow speed with follow or draw. Just kind of player preference. Big pressure on a very tough shot to make and to get position. That was a toughie. Cue ball is tracking away from the 9. Fires it. Oh. What
What
happened?
happened?
I don't
He
know.
went for the 10. He
Oh,
went for the 10.
man. It's a tough spot if your mind's thinking about, should I give this back? This is awkward, but you can't. Drills it.
All right. All right.
My heart's fluttering. I'm not even shooting.
Yeah, dude, I know.
That's what I love about these matches, is like when there's so many of these shots where it's like, oh man, there's a lot riding on this one.
All right. David's still in it. Yeah.
Bringing it within 1.
The mini hill.
The mini hill. Gotta say, I have not seen very much rhythm change from David's stroke throughout the
Yeah.
entirety of the match, regardless of the pressure of the moment, the difficulty of the shot.
Spin seemed pretty confident in his stroke the whole way through.
Michael, he's just been stepping up and hitting balls really well too. Like, not seeing a lot of nerves between the two of them, which is nice
A
to see.
strong attribute to have.
It is. Oh, another plane coming. Got to mute myself. Oh, I thought this was a 3-ball. I'm like, man, got right up on it, but
You could play a nice save here, though. Just hook that. Just
yeah.
lock that cue ball up behind the 4.
And I think anywhere near the 9 and the 6 has a chance of breaking it out or. Yeah, it's pretty awkward being jacked up over the 5 too, with an extended reach out over the table. I think you got to play this combo with a little bit of speed to get the 3-ball to get back out into a pocketable area. Ooh. Got to put quite a bit of speed to stun over along that line. So it looks pretty flat.
Great shot.
Really great shot. How are you playing this? Are you slow rolling it in, trying to keep it by the 5, or are you doing something different?
Well, I don't know. You could play it out this way. I think I may have to come this route. I think it's just a little too much angle to hold, but it's not terrible. If I ended up out here, I wouldn't be too upset. It's a makeable ball still, but you also have the 6 next, and it's kind of blocked.
I love this shot. For one, like,
Oh,
I
play with
practice it.
inside?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, and
Yeah,
I'm
but
playing
that's a
that.
risky shot, though, because if you miss, then you break the 6 out.
No, I just played it at
Oh, you're
speed.
not. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I see.
Because, like, you're playing a safety next anyhow.
Well, the
No.
8 and the
Oh,
9
no.
tied up.
Yes, it did.
And I don't know that the 8 goes in this bottom left corner. You kind of need it to if you're Michael. Could be able to come underneath it. It's an unfortunate scratch by David, but Michael has a 6 ball out that he needs to play well. The 7 to the 8 is going to be. I mean, even the 6 to the 7 is
Yeah.
not simple to get yourself in a good position on the 7.
See what he comes up with. Gets a little flat. I feel like you can still draw to the good side of the 7. Oh. Wow, that landed funny.
I'm kind of like jacking up a little bit. Playing here. Sending the 6 to this rail. And the cue ball up.
Mm.
It's a very touchy shot. You kind of have to have practice, I guess, in a shot like that.
Yeah. I like something
I do
similar,
like it.
but playing the 6 just to the bottom rail and running into the top side of the 9. Kind of like this, and letting your cue ball kind of travel along this rail and hope the 10 creates coverage. Really awkward shot, though. Oh. Don't think the 6 ball moved. Yeah. Tough stuff. 6 to the 7 is key here.
Now, how do you play this? Do you play this maybe the cue ball here and try to go one rail over? Or do you put the cue ball just underneath the 6 and try to roll the cue ball here?
I like the angle that
Okay.
he's coming
Play
up
this
with.
up here.
And just drawing straight back. Well, this is no hanger. I feel like if you're playing straight draw, you're going to be coming off of the rail along right at the 7. You get a good stroke. With max draw, might be able to get a little bit more out of it. This is pretty funny too. Nothing's coming easy these last couple of games. Oh, we might be playing it to go rail first.
Ooh, he's trying to play the 6 in the corner.
Oh, underneath of the 8, you think?
He's playing here. Well, no, because you're running into that 8 kind of like that. Yeah, I think he was trying to play underneath the 8 to send the 6 down.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's the trying to create an angle that's not necessarily there. You got to watch for that.
Yeah.
Because there are many different ways to create angles when playing pool.
I think
But
we've
you
all
also
done
gotta- We've all done it, yeah, absolutely. But it's just something to kind of pay attention to. When you miss shots like that, because you're trying to create an angle, kind of like dial that in as you continue to progress in your game. But, dial that in because you can create angles, but you do have to make the ball. And physics don't lie.
Look like the 8 just had the pocketing line. Like following off of this rail anywhere along this line is good. Yeah. Got a nice angle on the 8. Yeah, if you can put a little bit of draw and let it kind of track like that, you're in perfect position. Oh, brutal.
They can just roll this 8 ball in. Send the cue ball right here.
Yeah. You don't want to cross this line because then it gets weird quick. If you don't feel like you can hold it, you could always roll down into this area too. But I
But
think,
then you don't want to get past this line.
yeah, I think your shot, slow rolling it in, trying to hold it is
Got past that line. He may be able to bank this, though, with a little bit of follow. Send the cue ball right here. Yeah, he's going for the bank. Oh, he fires it in, but he's going to end up on the other side of the table.
Gonna see
And
another
I
bank.
bet we're going to see another bank. He's going to call it in the bottom right corner pocket. Right here.
Eek.
He's thinking about it still. Oh, no, he's not. All right. Ooh.
Touch wide.
So this 10 ball for David Brewer, an opportunity to make it hill.
Hey, Jeff, thanks for tuning in.
Hey, how's it going, Jeff?
All right, do me a favor. Get out there and share this. Let these guys sweat it on. There's a bunch of people watching the hill action. I mean, we're at the 17th game of 10 ball. How long have these guys been at it? Since about 7:30? 2.5 hour battle. All comes down to one game. $200 game of 10 ball. Michael the break.
Travis, are you watching still? How many balls are we at? This is the last break, sir.
I think we're at 19. 20.
20 balls on the break. This match, Michael Murphy, a look on the one ball. Can just roll it to this rail.
I think there's only been one dry break this entire set. I could be
It's
wrong.
crazy, man.
That is crazy.
Even the higher rated players, like they struggle with that tempo break.
For sure.
I struggle with the tempo break big time. I think that a little hard. I think if he would have made it, he may not have overran the cue ball so much. I think he would have ended up in a decent spot.
I think you got to go rail first here. That's what he's looking at. It's hard for me to see where the edge of the rail is there. He's seeing how much of that rail he can get around that ball. But then you also got to get back onto the 2. So it's like, got to be something like this. Avoiding that side pocket. Gets it to go. Is there a window there?
Oh, it's close. I don't think he has a window to make it. Lining up like he does, though. Oh, yeah, playing a little bit of a swerve shot.
We got Joel Peck. Hiller Thriller. Campfire Douglas. Travis.
Well, he's got to look at the 3, but he is on top of that 9 ball. But if you can just kind of knuckle down and make it with his follow just nice and smooth, you'll have great shape on this 4.
Well, caroming into here.
Looks like that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
I do actually like that shot. Because your 3 is going into the direction to give you shape. With a large margin of error, too.
Yeah, being jacked up over the 9 makes any of that much more difficult. Oh. Slightly undercut, but I mean, you still got trouble with the 4 ball and the 8 ball here, unless you're a combo master like Zach.
I just like combos.
Well, if you missed them as much as I did, you wouldn't like them, so that's why I'm calling you the combo master.
Right, fair enough, fair enough.
He's got a good angle on it. Can play a stop shot here, but it's a lot of distance.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of there, 6 ball. It's not too hampered by it.
Oh, look at that. Like the 8-9 doesn't look terrible either. And you were saying earlier, Trevor, I mean, it's not quite 6 inches from the pocket, but it's a lot closer. Could just roll forward and come underneath it, too. He could have just kind of played this shot. But this is he's on this 8-9 combo.
He is on this 8-9 combo. What's it going to leave? We're going to see a bank.
Oh!
6. Wow.
Oh.
So close.
That's crazy.
So-
Your line went center pocket, and he followed that line perfectly.
Yeah. I'm going to have to watch that on the replay because I thought he drilled it. This is not super easy to get back on the 8 unless you're loading up with a bunch of inside. Drawing the ball here, the side pocket plays bigger than you would think. Let's see what he comes up with. Yeah, campfire.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too, dude. Me too.
Those are great emojis.
Okay, well, gotta look at this 10 ball.
Wait, that's definitely a look.
Some distance, but it's not quite 50-50, so.
This is 2 out of 3 of our matches that we've had on this stream where it's been hill with like an awkward look at the 10, lots of pressure, long, hard battle. For everybody new tuning in, David has been showing us real smooth tempo with these high pressure shots.
And he drills it
Right.
into the side pocket.
Wow, what a match. Great shooting, both players. Michael had to play 2 combos, and I mean, I don't even know how he missed that bank on the 8.
Yeah, I watched the replay on that. He hit it just wide. Barely hit this point right here, and it jawed out. It's a
Man,
great shot.
what a great battle. Really, really great shooting from both players. And I mean, if you're just tuning in, you haven't watched it, they only had 1 dry break in a hill match. Look at the look on David's face. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt. A little bit of pressure on that 10 ball.
Man, it's always great commentating Hill.
Oh yeah, I mean it's fun for us to watch, but as players, man, that's what it's all about. Coming through when the pressure's on.
So we don't have anybody for next week.
Well, who wants to match up? We're gonna be blowing it up out there. Sure, somebody
got-
wants us to come
There's
battle it out.
EvoSports in the Seattle area. There's EvoSports in Eugene. Trevor's been talking with players in Idaho. So yeah, who's next? Because we got an opening, and nobody's played out of the. We've had what, 3 venues?
We've had 3 venues. So, anybody in the chat looking to match up?
I mean, speak now or forever hold your peace, because somebody's gonna speak up.
I know Rashawn's always looking for action. It's just if anybody wants to challenge him.
Doc's Tavern would be cool in Ocean Park.
Yes, it would.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. I
Yeah,
think that's all we've got for you today.
that
You know,
is.
it's nothing big, just a hill thriller.
Yeah.
A couple of players who haven't met each other yet. That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Murphy, thank you for traveling all the way out from Lincoln City, the matchup in Salem, putting up a heck of a battle, drilling those
Yeah,
2
and David-
combos. Yeah, David coming down from Vancouver, Washington.
Yeah.
Great shooting, both you guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks, Zach.
Yep. Thanks, Trevor. Have a good night. See you next week.
All right, catch you guys later.